my bike history. It's not as detailed and as experienced as a lot of other people out there who've been riding for decades. Started out in 1997 and I had a Yamaha DT50 Scrambler. Here it is. And I used it mainly for off-road. That was the main purpose of that bike. I wanted to do a bit of off-roading. My parents were reluctant, but they allowed me to get Yamaha DT50, and yeah, I rode that off-road. Great little bike, good laugh, but obviously when I turned 16, really wanted to get out on the road. So after that I had the infamous Yamaha FS1E. Absolutely loved the bike. The first modification I'd done to it was paint the fuel tank like a lilac purple. Looking back on it now in the 90s, yeah, probably not the best choice I could have made, but good little bike. Used to run about on that everywhere, and gave me my freedom at the age of 16, which was refreshing. Then after that, don't ask me why, and there'll be some who are going to crucify me in the comments for this, but I managed to buy a Vespa T5. Particular model had a what the previous owner told me was a 125 kit. Probably do about 45 with the wind behind me, although the previous owner said to me it'd do 70. And yeah, here's a rough picture of what it looked like. Yeah, not my finest motorcycling history, but you know, it was a good bike. I had a good laugh on it, and yeah, good times. Basically 20 years then elapsed. I had a lot of cars in the meantime, fast ones, a couple of them here for you. Uh, 1997 Toyota Supra Turbo. What a machine that was. Absolutely my pride and joy. Every day, every moment, I just wanted to be in it, driving it. Unfortunately, hit a bit of a rough spot a few years back. Had to sell that car. Absolutely heartbroken, as you can imagine. And that is why I'd done my motorcycle license, because there was no car that I could afford that would give me the same sort of power and exhilaration. And yeah, so that's why I've done my full license. And as I said in my intro video, I've got the Kawasaki ZX9R. Here's a few pictures of it. Great learner bike in my opinion, because it was heavy, it was powerful, it was big, and it taught me a lot of things about riding a big bike, which I think is absolutely crucial when you first start out. As I said, after that I got used to the power, got used to the bike, and I lusted for sort of the ultimate Kawasaki, which is obviously the ZX-10R. As I said in my intro video, got the 2006 Gen 2 and modified it as much as my pocket would allow. And what a great bike that was. I think there's about 170 horsepower at the rear wheel, and I had so many memories on that bike. You know, obviously Isle of Man first time last year was awesome. And what a machine that was. Absolutely loved it to pieces. And now sort of 2.5 years, coming on 3 years of having my full license, I've now got this little monster. And yeah, I could not be happier. I do feel that just starting out on a big bike has paid dividends in the long run with regards to my skill, my ability on a bike. I think if you do start out on a little 125 or a 50 and then expect to make some sort of gigantic step to a big bike, you're going to be in for a shock. I mean, good bikes to start on, definitely 600cc. My girlfriend had absolutely no riding experience at all. I took her out on a bike that she bought prior to passing her test and actually doing her lessons, which is a ZX6R. I took her on a field and said, right, this is a clutch, this is an accelerator, this is how you operate them. And from there, it was all baby steps. I showed her how to brake, starting off with the rear brake first, and then progressing on to the front brake. So when she actually come to do a CBT, which in the UK is like the entry level test that you have to do to just get on a 125cc motorbike, she got on a 125 motorbike and absolutely found it unbelievably easy to ride, because she'd been learning on a heavy 600cc bike. And when she come to do a CBT, which is, you know, you can't really fail, but she found it really, really easy. And this is my point. She'd learned, I'd taught her on a disused airfield how to ride a 600. She gets straight on a 125 and she's probably the best in her class. She could do U-turns, she could do the slalom. And this is my point. She'd got used to the 600, so everything else just become easier. And as I said, when she done her full test, she passed first time, and she got straight on a 600cc superbike, no sweat. Over 100 horsepower at the rear wheel, and you know, she rides it quite quickly now. She's good in the corners, and she had no problem adapting to that. And this is my point, you know, she had absolutely no experience, complete and utter novice, gets straight on a 600cc, and away she goes, absolutely loving it. So me, I rode a 600 before I'd actually passed my test, and felt that it just wasn't powerful enough. There will be people out there who say, oh, you need a 600cc, that's all you need for the road. Well, yeah, to me, I wanted something a bit more, and this is why I got the ZX9R. Great bike. It was quite heavy, but it did have the power, had the torque of a litre bike, and that was a good starting point for me. It taught me a lot. And for someone like me who's used to fast cars, confident in driving and riding motorbikes, it was a no-brainer. So I'm not going to lie, for the first month or so, yeah, I rode that thing so slowly I might as well just had a 125. But after a few goes, built the confidence, understood the bike and how the power is delivered, and what a machine that was, and taught me a hell of a lot, and it was a stepping stone. It gave me the confidence and the ability to get onto a proper litre bike with the proper litre bike power, which is the ZX10R, and it wasn't too much of a challenge. And you know, I can't stress enough that buying a bike that you are going to grow into, I think, is more important than buying a bike that's just easy to ride straight off the bat. So there'll be a lot of people out there who may disagree, but that's my opinion on it. You've been listening to Lem Redlines, and I'll see you on the next one.